Imagine waking up one morning, and by the time you go to sleep that night, the entire world is at war. That is basically what happened in the summer of 1914. One assassination, one bullet, and over 20 million people would be dead before it was over. This is World War I. It is June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, is riding through the streets of Sarajevo when a Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip steps out of the crowd and fires 2 shots. Franz Ferdinand is dead. Europe at this time was like a room full of people who hated each other, all holding loaded guns. Every country had secret alliances, massive armies, and a chip on their shoulder. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Serbia had ties to Russia. Russia was allied with France. Germany backed Austria-Hungary. And Britain was watching, until Germany invaded Belgium. Then everyone was in. Within 6 weeks, the world was at war. Soldiers on both sides dug hundreds of miles of trenches, stretching from Belgium all the way to France. And there they sat, for years. The conditions were brutal: mud, rats, disease, men standing in freezing water for days. No sleep, constant artillery fire that never stopped. And then came the attacks. Generals would order thousands of men to climb out of their trenches and charge across open ground. Most did not make it more than a few steps. The Battle of the Somme in 1916. Britain lost over 57,000 soldiers in a single day. This was something new, something terrifying. World War I introduced some of the deadliest weapons mankind had ever seen. Poison gas, drifting silently across the battlefield, burning soldiers from the inside out. Machine guns, capable of firing hundreds of rounds per minute, cutting down entire advances in seconds. Tanks, lumbering metal beasts that could roll through barbed wire and enemy lines. And airplanes, used for the first time in combat, with pilots fighting each other thousands of feet in the air. The world had never seen anything like this. By 1917, things were shifting. The United States entered the war, bringing fresh troops and supplies to the exhausted Allied forces. Germany was crumbling. Its allies were falling. Its people were starving. On November 11, 1918, at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the guns finally went silent. The war was over, but the peace that followed was almost as destructive as the war itself. The Treaty of Versailles humiliated Germany, crushing its economy and fueling a deep rage in the German people. A rage that, just 20 years later, would give rise to Adolf Hitler. And World War II. World War I did not just kill millions of people. It shattered empires, redrew the map of the world, and shook humanity's faith in civilization. It was called the war to end all wars. But as history would prove, it was not.